There's a really cool way to transform your Google TV to make it look and feel more like a Roku TV. Super, super simple and easy to use. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it, and stick around to the B side of the video because I'll show you how to go one step further and truly customize the look and the feel of that menu. Tech it before you wreck it. What's up, geeks? I'm Kirk. Let's jump right into it. I want to switch over and show you my Google TV box. I've got my Google TV remote here in hand. I'm using one of the boxes from Walmart, the ONN, the On brand, and I love this box. I think it's a great option if you're looking for a Google TV box. I'll put a link down in the description of the actual box that I would suggest, but let me go ahead and show you exactly how this works. The beautiful thing is, I've talked about here on the channel before, is that Google TV lets you change the launcher interface. So what's the launcher? This is the launcher. This home screen interface is called the launcher. And a lot of people just don't like the default one because it's got a lot of ads, it's got a lot of automatic suggestions. And if you're looking for simplicity, this is not what I would call simplicity. I like this interface, but a lot of people don't, and I get that. And Roku, the old school Roku box, had the simplest, easiest interface in the world. So I'm going to show you how to turn this interface into something that looks a lot more like a Roku TV interface, but it's powered by Google TV underneath. So let's change the launcher. So the first thing we want to do on the top of the home screen is go over to the apps section, and then we'll click down, and there's a search bar here. So click into that search bar, and we're going to type in the name of this app. It's called KYU. I'm going to call it Caillou. I'm not sure if that's how they pronounce it or not, but I'm going to search for that. And you'll notice when you see the results here, the Caillou icon looks a heck of a lot like the Roku icon. It's got that purple background with the white font. It's got the same font. Clearly, it's designed to look a lot like Roku. And take a look at the description here. Caillou Launcher gives you a fast, minimal, and smooth TV home screen built for real use. No ads, no bloat, just your apps exactly where you want them. This is what we're looking for, right? This is what we want. If you click in, you'll see a deeper dive description on exactly what it does, some of the features, ultra fast Android TV launcher, focus on your apps, elder friendly. If you've got someone who's older who doesn't want the complicated home screen, this is perfect for them. I'll show you more on that in just a second. If I go down further, TV inputs, watch, to-do list. It has a to-do list built in. It's a very bizarre choice here, but I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then you've got some themes and some customization. I'll talk more about that as well. Let's click back, and I want to go back and hit the install button to get this launcher installed on this Google TV box. This process takes literally 30 seconds, and it's ready to go, ready to run. So now I'll click the open button to open up this brand new launcher that's now installed on my Google TV box, and we immediately have a notification. It says, allow Caillou Launcher to read all TV listings available on your device. So I wouldn't worry too much about this in terms of privacy. It's basically saying, I just want to read the TV listings, the TV preferences that are already installed on your Google TV box. I mean, this is, after all, going to be your launcher, so it should have access to which TV apps you have installed, which shows and streaming apps you've watched in the past. That's the kind of information it's going to give to it. So you can decide to do what you want here. I'm going to click allow because I do want that information to be passed along here. And then you'll notice this warning that pops up as well. Caillou Launcher, when and if enabled from settings, uses the Accessibility Service API to detect hardware button presses. This allows the launcher to intercept remote button actions for custom features. No data is collected, stored, or shared. All processing happens on device only. Do you agree? Okay, so what this is saying is that in order for it to read the home button on your remote, it has to have access to the accessibility settings on Google TV. Otherwise, when you hit home, it's going to go back to that old home screen, which we don't want. So if you don't enable accessibility settings, the home button on your remote won't take you to this new launcher. So as you can imagine, we want to enable that, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing here is I'll simply say, yes, I'm okay with that. So here we are. I'll get into the menus and stuff in just a second, but I want to show you how to enable that accessibility setting, because that is important to making sure the home button on your TV works. Because if I hit home right now, watch what happens. It goes back to the old Google TV interface. I don't want that. I've got to go back to my apps bar here, go all the way over to Caillou, and then click back into that app. I want the home button to take me to my new home screen, which is Caillou. So go down to settings. This is inside the Caillou interface. And in settings, you'll see an option that says accessibility services. Let's click on that. And now you've got two options here: enable accessibility service or better home detection. So I'm gonna ignore better home detection for a second and just enable accessibility service, because this is important. So we'll click on that. It's saying, do you want to do this? This will detect key presses and launch actions on boot. So it'll make it so that Caillou, again, works with your home button, but also loads when the Google TV box loads. Yes, we want both of those things. Otherwise, it doesn't really work as a launcher. So it's going to jump me into the accessibility settings for my Google TV box, go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll now see an option that says Caillou Launcher. Let's click on that. It's simple. All we have to do is turn it on. And it'll say, are you okay with that? I say, yes, I'm okay with that. And now here we go. Now it's turned on. Caillou Launcher has access to this stuff. And now if I hit the home button, notice where it goes. It goes back to the Caillou Launcher app instead of going to my old launcher app. So that's important. Make sure you do that. That's really something that you've got to set right off the bat in your settings. So now that we've got that, let's jump in and take a look at what this app looks like and how it replicates the Roku experience. Before I move forward, guys, quick shout out to our sponsor today. I'm just joking. There's no sponsors here. Just me. Do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow here on YouTube, and it also helps you see new videos as I post them. Okay, back to the demo. So I want to go back to my menu here and go to home, and this looks very familiar, doesn't it, guys? Take a look. This is your home screen that we've just set up here on a Google TV box, and you will notice this looks very much like the old school Roku interface. So it pulled all of my apps in from my Google TV box and then presented them in this very Roku-esque look and feel. And it's got all the different icons for all the different apps. It looks great. It's super simple. If you've got somebody who's older in your life and doesn't want that complicated Google TV menu, this is an awesome option for you to install. I'm going to show you some of that customization we can do in just a second, but first I want to show you some of the basic functionality here on your home screen inside the Caillou app. So let's say we want to move one of these icons like we do in Roku with the star button. The way you do it on Google TV here in Caillou is to hold down the center button. So I'm going to go down to YouTube, for example, hold down the center button, and now I've got a menu that pops up. And I want to select the first option, which says move in folder, and this will now gray out that app icon, and then I can move it wherever I want to move it. So I want YouTube to be on top because YouTube's the best, right? So let's have that one on top. I can do the same thing for Netflix, hold the button down, select move in folder, and then move it up. Now, there are a couple of other options that I think are pretty cool inside here that I want to show you. If you hold the button down, you'll notice we've got move in folder. That's the one we just used. Add to folder, move to folder, and then remove from folder. So we can set up multiple folders here. You'll notice there's a change icon option too. It's got a little yellow diamond next to it, which means it's a premium feature. I'll talk about that in just a second because there is a paid level here if you want to pay for this. It's actually pretty cheap. So I'll show you that in a second, but first let's go up and add to folder. So if I want to move this app to another folder, I've got my apps folder, I can select that. And so it didn't move it out of here, it simply added it to the apps folder. So now I've got my home screen and I've got my apps folder, and Netflix is in my apps folder. Disney Plus, for example, if I don't want it on my home screen, I can move it to a folder and then I can move it to my apps folder. And now take a look. I've got apps folder with Netflix and Disney Plus, then the home screen that still has Netflix but doesn't have Disney Plus. So I can move all of my apps to a different folder that I don't use on a regular basis, or you could make different folders for different people. So maybe every different person in the house has their own customized folder with the apps that they like to use. For example, let me go over Paramount Plus and I want to say add to folder, and I'm going to select new folder, and I'm going to call this folder by my name. I'll call it Kirk. I will confirm that. Now I have a new folder over here on the left-hand side of the menu. Take a look, and I've got a folder called Kirk, and Paramount Plus is now inside that folder. Pretty cool. Very cool way to organize your apps and give them their own little menu option on the side. Personally, I'd probably just try to keep everything in home, but if you want to separate things out, that gives you the option to do that. And you got to see this very interesting option. I talked about this a little earlier. It's called to-dos, and you go into the to-do section and you can literally save a to-do. Watch this. I'll use the microphone on my remote. Take my pills in the morning. And there you go. I can click the plus button and add this, and now I've got a to-do saved. I don't know who would want that on their TV, but some people might. And if they see this as a great app for people who are elderly and maybe they would want to save those little to-do options, I think that's cool to have. Above that, you have something called watch. And this is where where I talked about it's pulling those TV listings from your Google TV box. This is basically suggestions that are automatically suggested by Netflix, and then you've got some YouTube suggestions. The apps that are installed on your Google TV box, it knows what you watched in the past. It's going to spit out these suggestions. Maybe you don't want this. A lot of people trying to get away from this. That's why they install a simpler launcher. So let's go into the settings and I'll show you how to simplify this menu on the left-hand side and remove some of these things. So inside settings, go down to tabs. They call these tabs on the left-hand side, and you notice I've got options to turn off certain tabs, to hide tabs. So I can hide the watch tab, boom, that's gone. I can hide that to-do tab, boom, that's gone. You can't hide your folders, you just have to remove the folders themselves, but you can't actually hide the folders. Of course, you can't hide home and you can't hide settings, but that's an easy way to clean up that menu on the left-hand side. This is the flip side of the video, and I'm going to show you how to customize this to make it look and feel the way you want it to. Go into settings, guys. We've got Android settings. That'll take you into the Google TV settings. Premium, this is what I talked about before. $4, you get custom wallpapers, premium themes, custom app icons. It's a single guy developing this app, so if you want to help him out, if you find yourself using this, throw him $4 and you'll get some of those premium features. Underneath that, we've got appearance. This is really cool. So we can change the shape of the icons. And this is more important, not so much because of the shape of the icons, but if you want to fit more icons on the screen at one time, that's what this will do. So I'll turn on square icons and take you back to my home menu, and you'll see now the icons are square, but it fits 4 icons across instead of 3, therefore giving you more app icons on the screen at the same time. If you've got a lot of apps and you've got a big TV, well, this is great. Otherwise, you can just leave it set to the default, which gives you those more kind of rectangle shaped apps. Back to the appearance menu, you also have the option to hide the logo in the corner, self-explanatory, and you've also got the option to hide the date and the time in the corner, also self-explanatory if you want to get rid of those and simplify the interface. Underneath that option in settings, you have themes, and this is really cool. You can change all of the themes here in the Caillou app, and look at this, guys. We've got tons of cool themes. What it does is it changes the background image and the color of the menu interface. So Sunny, for example, if I select this, it changes the background to this yellow image with clouds, and then the menu options are green. I can go back into themes and I can change this back to something else. So many cool options here, so many cool themes. If you want more themes, there is a theme store at the top of this menu, and if you click on that, it'll tell you, hey, these are great, but you do have to have premium to use the theme store. That's going to be one of those premium features. If you want additional themes, just pay $4 and you'll get those additional themes. So I'm going to switch it back to the default theme just so it doesn't mess with my brain here. If you go down to colors, this is kind of an extension of that same thing. It doesn't change the whole theme. It just gives you the option to change the secondary color and the primary color here inside the interface. Obviously, it's set to purple and white now, and I'll leave that. But if you click in there, you can see that you can select some default colors, but you can actually change the RGB values and select any color you want. So I think this is an awesome way to really simplify Google TV and make it look and feel like Roku, but still give you the power that Google TV gives you. I hope this was helpful. Do me a huge favor. Throw a comment below. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Are you going to change the look and feel of your Google TV box? Do you miss the Roku interface? Because it was ultra simple way back in the day. Just those icons, you click on the apps you want, as easy as that. A couple of more videos you may want to check out. This one shows you how to make your Google TV box look and feel more like an Apple TV, and this one shows you how to replace the launcher with something called Project TV, one of the more popular customization apps for Google TV. Tech it before you wreck it. I'm Kirk.